Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I will explain about the assessment of lifestyle and eating habits among undergraduate students during MCO. The assessment is based on the intake of food and lifestyle within 14 days. First of all, I will explain about the food consumed related with calories intake for a group of students that contain 5 members. Intake of meals for each person just take only 1 day as a rough estimate. For the first student which consumed fried bihun for breakfast, it contained 252 calories, 5 gram fat, 818 gram sodium, 46 gram carbohydrate, 4 gram fiber, 4 milligram cholesterol and 5.7 gram protein. For lunch, which is rice, fish and petai rebus, it contained 370 calories, 10 gram fat, 27.3 gram carbohydrate, 26 gram protein and 3.8% calcium. For dinner, the consumption of beef burger contained 359 calories, 28 gram fat, 1 gram carbohydrate and 24 gram protein. For the second student, she consumed sardine puff for breakfast that contained 224 calories, 12 gram fat, 22 gram carbohydrate and 6 gram protein. For lunch, which is chicken rice, it contains 622 calories, 15 gram fat, 10 mg sodium, 5 mg potassium and 88 gram carbohydrate. And for dinner, the consumption of fried kway teow contains 322 calories, 15.5 gram fat, 36.2 gram carbohydrate and 9.4 gram protein. And for the third student, the breakfast that she consumed is bread with jam that contains 131 calories, 1 gram fat, 145 mg sodium, 51 mg potassium, 28 gram carbohydrate, 1 gram fiber, 11 gram sugar, 2.6 gram protein, 2.9% vitamin C and 3.4% calcium. For lunch, which is rice, fried chicken and curry, it contains 306 calories, 4.6 gram fat, 600 mg sodium, 49.5 gram carbohydrate and 15.5 gram protein. For dinner, the consumption of fried rice contains 184 calories, 1.5 gram fat, 41 mg sodium, 37 gram carbohydrate and 5 gram protein.
Breakfast, which is toast bread with egg. Calories 216, fat 11 gram, protein 16 gram, carbohydrate 12 gram, fiber 2 gram and sugar 3 gram. Vitamin A 10%, calcium 10%, iron 10%. Lunch, which is rice, vegetables, fish and squid. Total calories is 418. The highest quantity is carbohydrate, which is 48 gram, and next protein 26.4 gram, fat 14.4 gram. For dinner, which is rice, fish and salad, total calories is 321 calories. The highest is carbohydrate, which is 31 gram, followed by protein, which is 21 gram, fat 11 gram. For another student, she took breakfast, which is sardine sandwich. Total calories is 315 calories. The highest is carbohydrates, which is 47.8 gram. It also high in calcium, which is 38.2%. For lunch, which is rice, vegetables and fish, the total calories is 170 calories. It contains vitamin C 15%, calcium 3%, iron 9%. Next, for the dinner, which is bihun soup. The total calories is 149 calories. It contains high in carbohydrate, which is 19 gram, followed by fat, which is 5 gram, and fiber. For a weak result in exercise, about 80% often did the exercise sometimes and the rest rarely doing exercise. For exercising in a day, the time taken of mostly students did exercise are less than 20 minutes. Next is time of sleep. For 40% student having a sleep at 11 p.m. until 12 a.m., while about 20% of each sleep between 9 to 10 p.m. and 1 to 2 a.m. Mostly sleep about 6 to 7 hours and 8 to 9 hours. Furthermore, intake of drinks and fast food in week is mostly 3 to 4 times.
Move to result and discussion. Based on the result, at first week, there is more grains and protein consumed, which respectively 38% and 31%. For vegetable and fruit had been consumed 23%. The less intake of food is dairy product with 8% consumption. For the second week, consumption of grain is still higher, which is 37%. For both vegetable and fruit, students only consume 30%, and the dairy consumption is still low with respectively 4%. Based on the result, most of the person consume high grain and less dairy food for breakfast. The rest consume protein, vegetable and fruit at almost same rate, which 10% and 9%. For both lunch and dinner, grains had been consumed more like white rice and white bread. The protein consumed also high like fish, squid and chicken. Consumption of vegetables and fruit in the middle, which is 33% and 23% for each. And the last is dairy food, most low consumed by the student.
Why we need to take breakfast, lunch and dinner, and how lifestyle affect our life when we consume the meals. So, I will explain it at the next page. Taking breakfast can restore the energy lost all night with healthy breakfast. Energy restore help brain and body work properly. Brain and body work slowly with a low sugar level in the morning, so it helps to improve the memory pattern. Taking lunch will raise the blood sugar level in the middle of the day to make people feel energized. Food gives energy and keep the brain work efficiency for the rest of the day. People who skip eating will have a change in metabolism and tends to gain more weight. Also can disturb a person's mood and lose concentration during the day. Dinner important for supplying energy and nutrition for body function normally. Eat to relieve your mind after a day of confronting various problems, especially for those who work. Skip dinner can cause to ravenous hunger, severe acidity, nausea, blackouts and disturbed sleep, and also can cause not to get a proper concentration on the work. So, even consumption of meal is important, we need to make sure the portion intake is true because high intake of meals but less exercise can cause weight gain and cause disease. The less exercise can cause to chronic disease like metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, coronary heart disease and much more. Hence, sleep also important. People who do not get enough sleep are more likely to have bigger appetite due to their leptin level fall.
In conclusion, nutritional assessment is very important in order to know our nutritional status. A healthy meal also must be balanced with healthy lifestyle in order to produce a good result.